All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another Nature's Always Right live stream. Today I'm going to be trellising cucumbers and tomatoes, among a few other random things like planting, thinning out seedlings, stuff like that. Oh, Event Edges, thanks so much for subbing, really appreciate it. So what I'll be doing is doing that, and then we will screw around a little more with some different stuff. I'll answer questions as always, and the live stream will be a little weird today. My tripod broke, and I'm not getting my new one till tomorrow or the next day, so I'm on this little handheld thing. I'm gonna put you guys down on a stool, and I think it's gonna work though. So if you're, just to make sure that I have the chat working correctly, could you guys, someone chat either on YouTube or Twitch so I can see if that's working? Nice. Thank you for the chat, CF. Cool. YouTube's working. All right, we're good to go. So I'm going to start training and trellising the tomatoes here. If you want to see a really in-depth video on how to do this, just search trellising on my YouTube channel, and you guys can find that. Hey, what's up, Tyler? What's up, Gussie? What's up, Galaxy? So what I'm going to do with these tomatoes here, I'm looking for the suckers and I'm removing those. And then I'm just continuing to train the tomato up my line here. And I do a lower and lean technique for my tomatoes. They're looking crazy healthy. My interplanted basil is also looking fantastic. So I'll move the camera as I go here, and it's just going to be a little trickier today because I don't have my good tripod because it broke. But the next live stream I'll have a new tripod and then we're back in action. So I'm actually going to train both tomatoes from either side so I can reach them, and that'll save me a little work. So right here, well, hopefully you guys can see that. So if you check out this tomato here, this piece of the plant coming off in the crotch here between the sunleaf and the main stem, that is a sucker. And the sucker, basically it's going to steal energy from the main vine of the plant so that it can be its own kind of sub main vine, and it's going to actually put off flowers and fruit and all that. But I train everything to a single leader on these indeterminate tomatoes using this type of trellising system that I'm doing that's called lower and lean. And I've got lots of videos, like four different videos on my YouTube channel all about this lower and lean system, how to build it, and how to train tomatoes and cucumbers on a system like this. So I'm going to try to set you guys at a good angle on this small little tripod, and I'm going to get to work over there. Thanks for joining in, guys. Please join me on Twitch. I also have a Discord server. Check the links in the description and you can join. Discord server is pretty cool. I'm hoping to be able to do lots of neat stuff with that in the future. I think that's a good angle. I don't know. Need some clippers. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining the live stream. Nice, Twitch stream is working. The tomato varieties I'm doing Sun Golds, I'm doing Sweet 100s, I'm doing Black Cherries, I'm doing Edox, which is this really cool variety that you harvest kind of like on the vine and let it ripen. And yeah, messing around with some other ones. I'm doing some yellow pears again like I did last year, but those aren't my favorite. They seem to have some sort of disease issue, but we'll see what happens. Let me grab some clippers so I can prune these a little better. So I'll show you guys a couple prunes and trains up close, and then I'm gonna set you guys down and just get my work done. So, okay, so here's a tomato here. This is a nightmare. It's got lots of suckers that I let go for too long. I haven't trained for like a week, so it's kind of got out of control. So the leaves that look like this one, these are sun leaves, they're just for collecting sun energy. And this one down here is a sucker. This one right here is a sucker as well. This is the main stem. And there's like a lot of other suckers. So a sucker, it will usually develop in the crotch between the sun leaf and part of the main stem. This just got way out of control. And the plant, what we want to do is direct the energy up a single stem in a single leader training situation. So it's going to continue to follow up this line here. So I'm going to use my clippers and just come in, get rid of that. If it's too big of a sucker, it's usually a better idea to use some pruners and come in to get them like that, because sometimes it'll tear the skin of the tomato, and then your tomato has to use some of its energy to heal that, and that's, you know, we want to try to avoid that if possible. So I've also got this little guy here, and then there's one more sucker on this plant I can remove. When you get to the top of the plant, it's always a good idea to double check, where's the next leader on this plant? Well, I can see it right there. That's going to be the next leader. This is in fact a sucker. Occasionally a sucker it'll look like a sucker, but it's actually the leader at the top. Sometimes the leader will be in the crotch. Occasionally, sometimes a tomato will end up like that. Okay, and then I'll just wrap this around one more time. And that one's fully pruned. And I'm gonna leave these bottom sun leaves, but as the plant continues to grow upwards, I'm gonna start removing some of these sun leaves as they get shaded out from the sun leaves that are further up on the plant. I'll do one more with you guys, and then I'm gonna just do the work. Hopefully it's kind of, you're able to see this. What's up, everybody? All right, so this one's pruned pretty well already. You can see there's the first fruiting cluster already has fruit on it. And I just put out a video all about how to plant tomatoes and, you know, my recommendations on what fertilizers and amendments you should use. And it's brand new, out on my channel, just came out yesterday. If you're interested in learning about tomatoes and how to be really successful, and really happy with the health of these tomatoes, they look fantastic. Okay, so let's see here. So here we go, this is the main stem. We've got a sucker here. And one of the big checks that you can tell that you're dealing with a main vine, the main vine is going to have the flower cluster on it. A sucker won't have a flower cluster with yellow petals on it unless you've let it develop. In the beginning stages, when the sucker is first developing, it won't have flowers that already have petals. So if you look at this one, main stem, that's the sucker right there. I can't see it on there, but yeah, there's no flowers developing yet. But if you look at the main stem, right there, there's the flower cluster. Here's the main stem going up further, there's the flower cluster. So that's how I know that this is in fact the main stem and not a sucker. And you guys can check out my video on YouTube. I've got a super in-depth video about finding these suckers on tomatoes and cucumbers. And these tomatoes I have been spraying with compost tea and Korean natural farming inputs, and that's part of the reason why they're doing so well and so healthy. So I'll try to set you guys up in a decent position on my small little tripod. My big tripod broke, unfortunately, so I'm gonna get a new one, but it's not coming until like tomorrow or something. All right, I'm gonna finish this row, and then I'll come back and answer some questions. Okay, oh, I didn't miss this one. All right, done with one row. So just to show you guys what that looks like. And then I'm gonna move on next to cucumbers, just to show you guys something else. And then I've still got 2 more rows of tomatoes to do after that. But they're looking pretty good. I'm stoked on this. I should have my first ripe fruit in 2 weeks for sure. I'll definitely have it. So by end of May. So I'll get my first ripe tomatoes before June. I'm stoked on that. It's excellent. All right, so moving on to the cucumbers here. These definitely need some help. You know, this row down here, these are my healthiest transplants. I had a lot of problems this year with my cucumber transplants. Just a lot of disasters. They just like died. I don't even know why. But these guys down here, I planted. They were super small, and luckily they're looking really healthy. They came back to life. So I'm gonna get full-size cukes out of these guys. So they're about ready. They need the clip. So these brown clips that you might have been able to see. So last year, I used clips for the entire time I was trellising, but this time I'm not going to be doing that. I'm gonna use the clip to get it attached to the plant, and then after that, I'm just gonna wrap it around the plant, and it's gonna be way faster, and it's just not necessary. So, all right guys, let's check out the cucumbers here. I'm gonna grab some clips. All right guys, glad you're enjoying the stream. Oh, be sure to follow me on Twitch. Could really use you guys' help and support out over there. And also, I have a Discord server now thanks to Dragstrip Farm, who I really recommend following. I have links to his accounts down in my description as well. Another great guy doing great things, and a small farmer as well. Yeah, let's check out the Discord server. I've got some rooms set up in there, and hope to be doing more stuff on there in the future. Okay, so I'll explain a couple things and then I'm just gonna trellis. So these are the Trellis Clips, and if you wanna find any of the parts that I'm using on this trellis and how to build this trellis, just search trellis on my YouTube channel and my video will come up about how to do all this stuff. But basically this is a trellis clip. The line can fit in there and it snugs in tight, and then you clip this around the plant. So let's take a look at the cucumber plant and I'll talk about a few things on it. The cucumber plant also has suckers, but they're far easier to find than on a tomato. It's not confusing at all in comparison. So on our cucumber here, you'll see that there's a node every inch or 2. And at every single node at every single node, there's gonna be a sunleaf just like this. There's gonna be a sucker like this. And hopefully there'll be a fruit at every node. This one is missing a few. Okay, so as we're moving up, so the plant's getting healthier and more established. There we go, another cucumber. We move up to the next node, and here's the full example that I can show you guys. And this one's a really nice one. It's a double fruit node. So at this node, here's the sunleaf. There's our fruit that's waiting to get pollinated. Here's a sucker. that wants to become the main vine. It will also be able to produce fruit. If you're growing cucumbers on the ground, a lot of people will just let those grow, but this is a single leader system. And it looks like we might get 2 fruit off of that one node, which is pretty cool. It doesn't always happen, it's more rare. Moving up, I'm gonna get rid of this. Moving up. Trying to put it in the sunlight. Sunleaf, sucker, fruit. Moving up. Sunleaf, a very small sucker, and the fruit. Okay. And then of course I'm gonna wrap it and keep it trained. So I harvested the first cucumber. Harvested the first cucumber the other day, and it was awesome. It was so delicious. The color and the smell was just incredible. So very fantastic. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna start training all these guys. I'm gonna face you guys away from the sun. I think that'll be a little better for you. And then you might be able to see I interplanted a little bit of herbs in there. I'll show you guys the other interplanting I did on my tomatoes, which turned out really well. I did lots of basil, of course. That's a great companion plant for your tomatoes. And then I also did some radishes interplanted, direct seeded with my tomatoes, as well as some arugula in there. I'll show you guys that later. other side. Yeah, guys, definitely check out my Discord server. After I'm done live streaming, I'll hop on there and chat with you guys and stuff. It is brand new though. Haven't really. You guys are the first to hear about the Discord server. That's what's cool about my live streams. You guys get to hear about stuff before anybody else. Oh, since we're talking about stuff, my next video coming out tomorrow is going to be a video about primal pastures, which is a pasture-raised. They're the biggest pasture-raised chicken operation in Southern California. They do about 500,000 chickens every single year. They're just fantastic. I really like the main farmer, Paul Grieve. He's an awesome guy, and so if you're interested in farming with animals and stuff like that, it's going to be a great little look into what that looks like, coming from one of the best people in this part of the country, at least, who's doing it. So I hope you guys will enjoy that video on my YouTube channel. How's everybody doing out there? Put you guys even farther back now. This one's a little weak. It's, I may replace this one, but I don't have too many good looking cucumbers anymore. And I didn't plant I planted a backup batch, and that's why I was able to replace the bad ones, but I don't have a third backup. So basically whatever's in the ground right now is, oopsies. Oh. Put the wrong clip on it. This one goes here. So this goes here. Strings going everywhere, I got confused. things here. I've got lots of work to do today. Not as much to chat about. Cool, cucumbers are done. So now I just got 3 more tomato rows to do, and those are pretty quick. So, those of you who joined in, I am training my tomatoes and cucumbers on a lower and lean trellis system. These are all trained to a single leader. And if you want to see a really in-depth video about this, you can check that out on my YouTube channel. I show you how to do everything that I'm doing right now. Uh-oh. Yeah, I mentioned earlier I did a bunch of interplanting with direct seeded stuff. That's that right there. So there's on the outskirts here, on the outsides of the row, we have radish. On the inside, it's arugula, radish again. So this is a way that you can maximize your tomato beds, get a lot more either food if you want to grow for food, or more profit if you're selling your food. So it's a really cool method. And then the rest of my rows I just interplanted with transplants. Huge thanks to Dragstrip Farm for moderating this stream. Check out his YouTube channel, his Instagram, and his Twitch as well. And subscribe to him because we're going to be doing some streams in the future together. After the stream's over, we're actually going to be planning out our first live stream that we'll do together for you guys. And we're going to talk all about black soldier fly larvae, which is absolutely fascinating if you don't know about it. Black soldier fly are a way to feed animals for very cheap. It's a way I see for us to feed animals even at a large scale and highly reduce the cost. You can even, you know, for at least part of the year, your feed would be very close to free actually. That depends on a few factors, of course, but that's something I've experimented with the last couple seasons, and I just see a lot of potential for it. So I'll be talking, me and Dragstrip Farm will be streaming about that real soon here. And we'll let you guys know when that's going to happen. Definitely join my Discord server. The link is in the description for that. We'll definitely tell you guys as soon as possible when we know that's going to happen. I'll post on all my social media. You can find all those links in the description. Uh-oh. I shouldn't have done that. Damn it. So it looks like a worm or something took off the leader of this plant. So I could either replant it with another plant, or what I can do is let one of the suckers grow out and then let that become the leader. So that is what I'm going to have to do, I think. So I'm going to let that sucker down there just go. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll replant it, or... That's a bummer. That happens sometimes, though. I do have some backup tomato plants right now that I can throw on the ground. And I don't think I'll have time for that tonight, but I'll do that tomorrow morning and replant anything. Like the last tomato plants that aren't looking healthy or something's wrong, I'll replace it with some backup tomatoes. And then that's going to be it for the season. And then whatever happens after that happens. Happened again. I can see another one where caterpillar took out the leader. I'm gonna show you guys this. So hopefully you'll be able to see. So check out what happened. So just follow my index finger up. Here's the main vine right here. See that flower structure? That's what tells me that's the main vine. And then right there, I didn't rip that off. That's from most likely a caterpillar that got on here and bit that off. But it's gonna be okay, because look right down here in the crotch, there's a sucker right there. That sucker will take over and become the leader. So this is why it's super important when you're taking suckers off, that when you get to the top of the tomato plant, you're checking, is there a leader above this? And if there's not, then you need to let that sucker go and become the leader. I almost pulled this off because, just by nature of doing this over and over, you see the crotch, you see the sucker, oh, there it is, pull it. But that's why I've trained myself that when I get to the top of the plant, I'm always looking for that leader right above. So it's a really good habit to get into, to make sure that you're always pruning the tomatoes correctly and you're not making a mistake that's going to screw you over going deeper into the season. Okay. This tomato right here is a candidate for replacing. It doesn't look crazy healthy to me. It's got fruit on it, but it got eaten by some caterpillar, it looks like a little. Well, I found a caterpillar. You're dead. This guy, that caterpillar ate half of this plant, man. So annoying. Let's see if I can find another one. Hopefully that was the only caterpillar. All right, another row down. Check out the zucchinis. They're doing super good. Harvested a ton of fruit off them this morning. It's fun to finally be getting tons of those. Let's start on this side, why not? What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining the live stream. Check out the new Discord server. Just put it up with Dragstrip Farm. Helped me put it up. And so we got lots of little chat rooms in there, and we'll be doing fun things in the future with it for sure. And I'll chat with you guys on the Discord server after this live stream's over. And the link is in the description for the Discord server and other important things. Definitely check out my new video all about planting tomatoes if you haven't seen it yet. Lots of really important info for the best techniques of fertilizing, as well as how to plant tomatoes, because it's not like planting any other plant. All right, one more row to go, and I'm done. And then I'll move on to something where I can talk to you guys. What are you guys talking about? All right. I'm gonna thin out some paper pot trays because I didn't have any pelleted lettuce seeds, so I'm gonna thin that out a little, talk to you guys, and then we'll go on Discord server and finish chatting up on there. So this is my interplanted tomato row with radish and arugula. Thanks to everybody watching on Twitch. Thanks for following me on there. Really appreciate it. Trying to get on more platforms and do more exciting new things. Expose more people to gardening and farming and growing your own food. Oof, just far. All right, and the job's done. So I do that about every 5 to 7 days. Whew. All right, I'm gonna thin some seedlings out. And if you guys have any questions about what I was working on, or any questions about anything really, tune on in and ask me something. And I'm just gonna be thinning out seedlings and chatting with you guys for now. Thanks, Lady Teardrop. Thanks for following me on Twitch. So let's get this set up. So here's my these are my backup tomatoes. See how they're getting yellow? That's because they're getting root bound, and they really want to go into the ground. So this is really the last chance I have to plant these. So I'm gonna do that tomorrow morning, and then that'll be it. What's up, Organic No Till? All right. Let's see if I can set this little tripod up. Whew. No, I don't own this property. I rent, and I currently grow on 2 leased properties, but the leases are free, so I don't pay any money for them. The agreement with the landowner is I give them vegetables every week, and then of course, you know, they have an insanely beautiful yard. They don't have to pay for the water, all the infrastructure, all that stuff is paid for by me. And there's lots of homeowners out there that are interested in a partnership like that. But really hoping soon my wife and I are going to be able to buy land, and maybe about a year from now is our goal to be buying land. Thanks. Yeah, I get my seeds from basically all my seeds I get now, even my microgreens I'm getting from True Leaf Market. I just got some seeds from HaasTools.com. I'm starting to work with them now, so I'm gonna try out. I got their pelleted lettuce seed actually, because you need, for the paper pot transplanter, you need it for like the smaller seed, it should be pelleted, not raw, so that when you use the drop seeder, you're not having to do what I'm doing right now. This is a complete waste of time and not necessary if you're using pelleted seed. But I didn't have any at the time when I needed to seed this, so I kind of got screwed. But that's okay. I can do this real quick and move on. Yeah, there's just way too much seed in here, so it's kind of difficult. Yeah, this is a cool shirt. My wife got me this. It says, "The revolution is coming," and it's like Guy Fawkes with the, that's a chicken. God, this is a nightmare. Yeah, I'm glad that I'm starting to stream on here. I've been wanting to stream on Twitch for a long time, and thanks to my buddy Dragstrip Farm, he got me all set up on here, and otherwise I don't know if I would have been on here for a while. But yeah, I'm going to try to stream at least once a week. Tuesdays have been the days that have worked out really well for me, so probably every Tuesday is like going to be my main day that I do this. And I just kind of save up little jobs or things that I can kind of talk to you guys about and tell you about, and we hang out. I do also do a once a month live stream with all my patrons on Patreon, and you can join in the description. It's just $1 a month and you can be a part of the live streams. You get access to the Discord channel, of course. This is a nightmare. Oh, that's cool, Mood. You do gardening too. I'll have to check you out. Yeah, that'd be sweet. Yeah, come talk to us on Discord. We could talk more about it. Maybe we could do a stream together or something. You know, I'm gonna sharpen this. This sucks, man. Really wish I would have had pelleted seeds when I did this. I should have just seeded this by hand. That would have been quicker than sitting here and like chopping out all this lettuce, but this is my next lettuce succession, so I really don't have a choice. And I'm not just a gardener, I'm a market gardener, so I sell this for money. This is, you know, a large part of my living right now, so I have to do it. Well, at least I get to hang out with you guys while I'm doing it. Yeah, there's organic certified pelleted, I believe. I've never even used pelleted seed before. I use all raw seed. Set up. All my paper pot stuff is from paperpot.co. That's Curtis Stone's. Curtis Stone and Diego Footer, that's their business. If you don't know who he is, just search Curtis Stone on YouTube. He's the biggest YouTuber who does like market gardening. He's one of the biggest like gardening / farming channels on YouTube. There's only one or two other ones that are bigger than him. But he's the best. There's no one better teaching about growing food on YouTube than him. As far as like growing vegetables, than him. There's a lot of other great farming channels too that I could recommend to you guys, but if you want to do for-profit, small-scale market gardening, Curtis Stone, the Urban Farmer, is the guy. Yeah, that's cool. You're from Australia. Nice. Yeah, if you search Curtis Stone on Google, I've done that before, and that chef guy came up. I know what he looks like. He's on American TV. I've definitely seen that guy on American chef stuff before, too. He's a really famous chef. Look in the description, or yeah, Dragstrip's posting. Thank you. I thought I put it in there, but God, this sucks. Salad that I'm thinning out right now, I did, what did I do? Salad bowl, green and red salad bowl, and also red sail. Red sail, you guys can see it, but it's more that speckled green leaf. That is the red sail lettuce. And it's done, it holds up pretty well in heat too. So I've been pretty happy with it. For my climate. I'm in zone 10A here in San Diego, California. And if you found me on Twitch, go check out my YouTube channel, Nature's Always Right, and I've got, you know, maybe almost 120 videos all about market gardening and, you know, gardening techniques and chickens, all sorts of stuff. Lots of self-sufficiency, grow your own food type content. The pelleted seed, you want to use it with your paper pot for the drop seeder. Yeah, like what I'm doing right now, the paper pot chain, this is it. Inside of here, you might be able to see up here, you can see some of the cardboard. That's a piece of the chain. Otherwise the lettuce won't grow into a really big head once I plant this out. It just won't be, you know, I could still sell it, but there'll be small lettuce heads, and I want big lettuce heads that I can sell for more money. This is, but I shouldn't have used the drop seeder. That was my mistake. I should have just done it by hand, but I wanted to try it out and see what would happen. And okay. I'm fairly new to the paper pot system. This is not fun. Hey, Babette. Babette's my neighbor. That's pretty cool. How's it going, Babette? How's your garden doing? Yeah, man, my back cracks, that's for sure. Check out all my fingers. This is from all the tomatoes. They really put a really weird oil on your skin. Smell like tomatoes. What's up, Taylor? Curling upwards, but other than that, the plants seem to be healthy. Usually tomato curling, it's usually from some sort of watering issue, typically. If there's no discoloration of the leaves, like spots or weird stuff like that, then it's probably a watering issue. Just don't water for a few days and let the ground dry out, and then see if they recover. If your ground's really dry right now, then it could be because they're too dry. If there's weird spots and colors on the leaves, then you probably have some sort of fungal issue. And tomatoes are pretty sensitive to fungal stuff. How do I tie them? I do a lower and lean, so like that, or a tomato cage. But for indeterminate tomatoes, for the longest season, I use a single twine and I prune everything to a single leader. And you can search on my YouTube channel. I've got many videos about how to prune tomatoes, how to train tomatoes and cucumbers, and how I do it on my system, which you could do on a small scale, but it might be a little overkill if you just have a home garden. But if you're farming, then it's a really good system. Yeah, no problem. Nice, culinary grower. Sweet. Thanks for following me on Twitch. If you'd like to support the stream or support my work and what I'm doing, and helping me to teach as many people as I can about growing their own food or growing food for profit, if you'd like to do this as a business yourself, I'll answer your question in as much detail as I can to try to help you. Curtis, yeah, that was an awesome conversation. Yeah, he doesn't just like me, but that was an opportunity for us to really talk about that stuff, and we had talked personally about a few of those issues, and so that was cool to actually talk about it. Uh-oh. Why isn't this charging? There it goes. Okay, whew. I think my battery was unplugged from earlier. Hopefully it's all good. Hopefully the stream doesn't crash. If the streams crashes, I will jump on Discord with you guys. In fact, you know, I'm gonna go toss this in the garage and plug it in. Usually the 4G works better in there too. Losing light anyway. Ah, here we go. All right, I'm gonna unplug this and plug it back in. Hopefully the stream is okay. Cool. I think we're safe now. Yeah, it's definitely not your internet. It's so ridiculous. Like they're installing 5G, but the 4G doesn't even work in my area. So it's like, come on. Line separate from my landlord so that I could put a big Wi-Fi signal in here, but then that's going to cost me like $50 a month, and I don't really make money from doing this, so you know I can't do that. So I don't know. Just got to use the 4G on my phone for now. Gosh, it's so bad. time is it? 7:40. Yeah, I wish I had a robot to do this. That'd be awesome. No, like the real solution is to use pelleted seed. That's the real problem, and it's really extra hard because it's like I dropped like 5 to 7 lettuce seed in each hole, so it's just like so thick. It's really hard to like get to the seed to the right lettuce and then cut it out. It's just not easy. So I'm trying not to kill all the lettuce in the cell. There's like 264 cells right here. So it's just, yeah, it's a nightmare. But I did it to myself. I try to separate out one of the lettuces and then cut the rest in the cell. But then it's hard because I feel like I'm going to cut the other ones in the cell next to it. The edges of the cell are all brown because they've been stained by the soil. So yeah, this is not something that you want to be doing. Probably gonna have to finish this tomorrow. It's so ridiculous. Because I want to stop working at 8. Because I'm trying to get to bed early so I can wake up early tomorrow and do some other work. If anybody has any questions about tomatoes or I don't know, anything that you have a question about in your garden, I can try to answer it. It'd be more exciting than just sitting here and cutting these leaves right now. At least I could talk to you guys about that. Getting there. A brand for seeds. Yeah, I really like True Leaf Market if you're in America. I have a link in the description for them. But some other really great companies I can recommend to you are High Mowing Seeds. They're organic. GrowOrganic.com. Seed stuff. Then Baker Creek is really good for that type of stuff if you like doing weird specialized things. Yeah, True Leaf Market's really good. They're down in the description. And if you buy through the link, it helps me out. But I use all of their seed. I don't get like a discount or anything. I just have found that their prices, the quality are really good. The shipping is pretty fast compared to other people, and that's why I like them. Their prices on microgreens are really good. So like the best. So for me, the best microgreen, and they're fantastic for bulk pricing on microgreen seeds. God, this is ridiculous. Ugh. If I would have noticed this sooner, I would have just scrapped the whole thing. This is taking way too long. I planted the reason I'm taking some of the lettuce out is because I need it to be one lettuce per cell. This is a paper pot chain for the paper pot transplanter. And when I planted this with my drop seeder, I didn't use pelleted seed. So it dropped out like, 5 to 10 seeds per cell. Which means, if I was to plant this, they just wouldn't develop in the full-size heads. So I have to come through here and take it down to 1. And you can see on some of them, you see how it's just 1 now? Yeah, that's why. Yeah, True Leaf has great prices. And they don't do any GMO seeds, of course, whatsoever. And they have heirloom, organic, and then just open pollinated, conventionally grown seed as well. So they've got lots of choices for you. All the varieties that they have are really good. I'm a fan. And their website's modern. That's what I like about it too. It's modern, easy to use. They have like a rewards program. So like, the more you buy from them, you build up points that you can spend back on buying seeds. So I think they're doing a good job. Sucks. It's not a microgreen. These are lettuce seedlings. It's a couple of types of lettuce. Alright, I'm going to finish this little patch over here. Hey Ed, I have a question. So I believe I have bud rot on my squash. I crushed oyster shells for calcium. Yeah, so blossom end rot, crushing oyster shells or eggshells, that's not going to help, unfortunately. There's a lot of misinformation about blossom end rot on the internet, unfortunately. Yeah, blossom end rot, it may be a calcium deficiency, but more than likely it's a watering problem. So what's really going on is your plant isn't able to transport calcium to the fruit itself. A lot of times it's because of under or over watering. But if you add oyster shell or eggshell, it takes the soil biology a long time to make that bioavailable to the plant's roots. So while that is a good amendment, it's going to take too long for it to fix the problem. Micronized azomite is probably the fastest acting mineral that you could add to the soil. That's what I like to use. I've got a video about how to cure blossom end rot with azomite. The other thing that you might want to try, you can make water-soluble calcium. It's a Korean natural farming method. I don't have a video out about that yet, but if you search Chris Trump water-soluble calcium. Gosh, man, this is annoying. So yeah, just back off on your watering then. Take off all the bad fruit and let the plant recover and try to pump out new fruit, and more than likely it will be able to. So to check if you're watering enough, if your squash plant is like been in the ground a couple weeks and it's got a good root system, it's developed, then you just, it depends on the temperatures and all that, but dig down. If there's water an inch or two down, it's going to be fine. That's the best way to check if your plants need water. Just dig down in the soil a little bit and see what's going on down there. So I'm just going to finish this last little patch right here and save the other half for tomorrow. I just can't take this anymore. So, and I need to get going to go eat dinner and stuff. YouTube will let you know, and Twitch will let you know. Thanks for watching. Hey, what's up, Joel? Thanks for watching. Hopefully you can catch more of them. But when I sign off here, I'm gonna get dinner going, and then well, I'm just gonna heat up leftovers tonight, and have a microgreen salad that I grew, of course. And then I'm gonna jump on the Discord server if you guys want to just text chat on there and screw around. My Discord server's link is in my video's description. There you go. It's thinned. So I still gotta do this other half tomorrow. All right, everybody. I'm going to sign off, but go check out the Discord channel. I'll be on there with you guys, and we can chat for a little bit more. If you have any more questions or just want to talk about anything, you know, we've got gardening channels on there. We've got just a general chat for whatever we want to talk about, and it's not something I'll be doing in the future either. But I'm getting there. I'll be able to finish it tomorrow. Nice to meet you too, Mood. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. Have a good day over there in Aussie land. All right. It's my last one. Cool. Thanks everybody for watching. Really appreciate it. Check out the links in the description if you want more information or want to find out more about what I do for my work on YouTube and the farming that I do. See you guys in the next stream.